Hello everyone. Today's topic is aestivation. So let's begin with understanding what is aestivation. Aestivation. What is the definition of aestivation? Pattern of arrangement of sepal or petal with respect to another member of same whorl. Means what is the meaning of whorl? Whorl are coming in the parts of flower. Every flower, you must know that every flower has 4 whorls. So to understand aestivation, it is important to know what is the meaning of whorl. So let's start firstly. What is whorl? Again, what is aestivation? Today's topic is aestivation. We are starting. So aestivation is pattern of arrangement of sepal or petal with respect to another member of same whorl. So let's start with the whorl. So let's understand what is the meaning of whorls of flower. Because to understand aestivation, it's important to know what is the meaning of whorl. Let's begin whorl of the flower. There are 4 whorls of flower. How many whorls? 4 whorls. The outermost whorl, which is called calyx, and inner 2 calyxes, corolla. Inner 2 calyxes, corolla. Then inner 2 corolla is androecium, and the centermost whorl is gynoecium. So there are the 4 whorls of the flower. The calyx, which I told just now, it is the outermost, and inner 2 calyx is corolla. This is inner 2 calyx. The androecium, this is the male reproductive unit of flower, and gynoecium, this is female reproductive unit of flower. Now, for understanding aestivation, which 2 are important? Calyx and corolla. Because in the definition we have just now seen what is the calyx and corolla, or how we define aestivation: pattern of arrangement of sepal or petal with respect to another member of same whorl. So sepal is what? It is the member of which whorl? Calyx. So calyx unit is sepal and corolla unit is petal. So for this, again we need to understand parts of the flower. Beginning with the parts of flower. Okay, let's draw the parts of flower. Talking about this various parts of the flower, we'll draw the stalk. This is stalk or pedicel, to which this swollen bottom, which is called thalamus or receptacle. What is thalamus or receptacle? This is that part of the flower to which other whorls or other parts are being attached. The 2 small green leaf-like structure, which is the outermost whorl. Just now we have seen the outermost whorl. This is sepals. What are they? Sepals. Now what is the role of this sepal? This sepal, they protect the bud stage. When flower is in bud stage, bud blooms to become flower. Before flower it is in bud stage. So during bud stage, this sepal are the small green leaf-like structure which is covering it from all sides and providing protection. This is the role of the sepals. Very important. What is the role of the sepal? Here only we will note down what is the role of sepal. Protects bud. How it appears? It looks like small green leaf, small green leaf-like structure. And here we have drawn leaf-like structure. These are what? Sepal. And the whole whorl of sepal is called calyx, which is outermost. Then inner to calyx, the whorl is called corolla. And corolla unit or its member is called petal. Here these are the petals. What are they? Petal. The whorl is called. Now what is the appearance of this petal? It could be of, you have seen flower, many colors of petal. Bright colors, attractive, colorful, pregnant. So what is the role of this petal? What is the role of this petal? They attract insects. They attract insects for pollination. They attract insects for pollination. That's why they are bright, colorful and give very nice fragrance for attracting the insects, performing pollination. What do you mean by pollination, beta? What is the definition of pollination? Pollination is transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma. Anther is the male part and stigma is the female part. This process is called pollination. Next session, we will understand what are the different types of the pollination. So, this role of the petal here is they attract the insects for pollination. Then, this is what? Stem. Now, stamen have two parts. What are they? Anther and filament. The top portion, this is anther, and this stalk, this is filament. Stamen is male reproductive unit and its whole whorl is called what? Androecium. Its whorl is called androecium. The centermost you can clearly see here. This is what? Stigma style ovary. Overall you call it what? Carpel or pistil. What is carpel or pistil? This is female reproductive unit. Consists of three parts. What are they? Uppermost landing platform for pollen grain, stigma. Style is long tube connecting the stigma to the lower bottom portion, that is ovary. You can draw a small diagram here to understand. Stigma, style, ovary. This is stigma, this is style, this pollen bottom, this is ovary. This is female reproductive unit and this is present at the centermost position, and the whorl of this female reproductive unit, that is called gynoecium. See at the topmost, gynoecium, female reproductive unit. This is the centermost whorl and its one member here we have drawn. This is carpel or pistil, having three parts: stigma, style and ovary. Uppermost is the stigma, which is the landing platform for pollen grain. Here only the pollen grain come and land, and then a pollen tube comes, go inside to fuse with this egg present here in the sullen bottom, that is ovary. So here, for understanding aestivation, this was the basic to understand whorls of the flower. Just now I have explained the four whorls of the flower: calyx outermost, inner to calyx corolla, then androecium, then centermost gynoecium. Then parts of the flower, the basic one, that a pedicel or stalk to which thalamus or receptacle, and in this thalamus receptacle every part of the flower is attached. Out of that, the outermost is the calyx, unit is sepal. Role is protecting the bud, that is how it appears. Appearance is small green leaf-like structure. See, we have drawn the leaf-like structure. That inner to calyx is the petals. Petals whorl is called the corolla. It is called corolla. They are bright, colorful, and they attract the insects for pollination. Then androecium, unit is stamen consisting of two parts: anther and filament. This is anther and this is filament. Here this one is anther, this is filament. Then centermost gynoecium, unit is carpel or pistil, having three parts: stigma, style and ovary. So here we have seen the basic portion to understand aestivation. There are four types of aestivation. What are they? Valvate, intricate, twisted and vexillary. This these are the 4 types of aestivation. What is valvate aestivation? Now look at this diagram to understand what is valvate aestivation. When the sepals or petals, they are arranged in such a manner that their margins are very close to one another or just touches one another, but they are not overlapping each other. They are not overlapping one another. Look carefully at their margins of this sepal or petal. Look at this right margin or the left margin of first, second, third or fourth. They are not overlapping. Can you see the overlapping beta? No. They are just touching one another. There is, remember, the key word is they do not overlap. This is called valvate aestivation. When the margins of sepal or petal just touches one another but do not overlap. Such type of aestivation is called valvate aestivation. Example is calotropis. Then the next is imbricate aestivation. What is imbricate? I have labeled the one margin of right side as I. I stands for inner and one as the O. O stands for outer margin. So look at this imbricate aestivation. What is this imbricate? That the margins of one sepal or petal, that is in overlapping the other but not in a fixed manner. No, there is no fixed manner for this imbricate aestivation. How? Look at this diagram. See, for understanding I am labeling, giving its number. Okay, if this is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Look at the first member, number 1, sepal or petal. The right margin is on inner side I. The left margin is also on the I, inner side. Both margins are being overlapped by 2 or 4 members. Now look at the 2. The right margin is on outer side overlapping the inner margin of number 1 member, and the left margin of the number 2 is on the inner side being overlapped by the third member. So, and look at this third member. Both the margins OO, that is on the outer side, they are not being overlapped by another. Instead, they are overlapping the 2 and 4. So, one member is completely on inner side. The third member, the 3, that is completely on the outer side, and 2 or 4, one side they are on the inner side and the other on the outer side. Is there any fixed pattern showing here? No, no fixed pattern. So how we define the imbricate? That the margins are being overlapped but not in a fixed manner or a fixed pattern. Such type of aestivation is called imbricate aestivation. Example is cassia and gulmo. Then look at the third type of aestivation. That is what? Twisted aestivation. What is twisted aestivation? It's very simple. See, the margins again I am giving it number for understanding. See, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now look, the 4 members you will see they are being overlapped. Yes, the margins are being overlapped but in a fixed direction on a fixed pattern. See, the number 1, right margin is on inner and left is on outer. O. Look at the number 2 member, right inner, left outer. O. Third, right inner, left outer. O. Fourth, right inner and left outer. Fixed pattern. That is in a fixed pattern. Okay? You will see that the right margins of all the members are on the inner side and the left margins of all the members are on the outer side. So here we can see that there is a fixed direction, either clockwise or anti-clockwise. In a fixed pattern, the margins are being overlapped. Such type of aestivation is called twisted aestivation. Such aestivation is called twisted aestivation. So what's the difference between imbricate and twisted? That is the confusing point in most of the students used to confused here. No need of any confusion. It's very simple. Look again, in the twisted and in the imbricate, what is common? The margins are overlapping, that is common. But what is the difference? Note that in twisted, in a fixed pattern or in a fixed direction, the margins are overlapping, and in the imbricate, there is no fixed pattern. Sometimes completely inner, completely outer, or randomly they are overlapped. This is the difference between twisted and intricate. Now you got it's very simple. Then example of twisted: China rose, lady's finger and cotton. Now look at the last one. Last one is what? Waxillary aestivation. This is waxillary aestivation. This is very simple, no confusion, and everybody remembers it very well because this is very unique. See, the posterior most is the largest member, which is called standard, and anterior to posterior, anterior to the largest one, that is standard, are the two lateral wings, and the anterior most which is the smallest one. Remember, the posterior most is the largest and the anterior most is the smallest. So the anterior most, which is the smallest, that is called keel. It is called keel. So posterior most is the largest, called standard, overlapping the two lateral wings, and the anterior most is the smallest, called keel. This is waxillary aestivation, which is usually of no confusion point, because neither one of this is arranged in this manner. Okay? Posterior most is the largest one, standard, overlapping the two lateral wings, and anterior most is the smallest one, called keel. Example: pea and beans. Usually Papilionaceae family have this type of aestivation. Which one? Waxillary. See the example: pea and bean. So here you have understood the aestivation. Aestivation is what? Aestivation is what? The pattern of arrangement of sepal or petal with respect to another member of same whorl. If the whorl is of sepal, what is the name of that whorl? Calyx. And if that whorl is of petal, what is the name of that whorl? Corolla. So outermost is the calyx and inner to calyx is corolla. So these two whorls' relative position, or how are the members arranged, on that basis there are four types of aestivation: malvate, imbricate, twisted and waxillary. I hope now this topic is clear and no more confusion between imbricate and twisted. Only these two topics used to involve each other by point of overlapping, and the other two are very simple. Here the first one, no overlapping, slightly touches one another, and the last one, waxillary, is very different. So this two, the difference point is, as I told, that this overlapping is in not any fixed direction, random, and in twisted there is a fixed pattern of overlapping. That is all for aestivation. Thank you. I hope this is clear to you. If any doubt, feel free to comment and I'll definitely reply. Thanks for watching.